think the Israel and the U.S. is gonna, attack more?
I don't think so. I don't know what the deal is. It's hard to say anything at this moment, but the whole deal is just a play, It's hard to explain it, but
it's like a dance.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know why they're doing it, but they're doing it. I mean, they can fool a lot of people, but not like people like us. We don't get fooled by these play games,
Yeah, I get the feeling that Iran is like a lot different than Iraq,
Yes, it is.
America can't pull the same bullshit that they pulled in Iran that they can pull in Iraq.
Culturally, the people are different.
Do you think that there's like a higher national IQ in Iran versus like an Arab country like Iraq?
I shouldn't say that, I don't want to make any kind of opinion, but historically speaking, a lot of scientists came from that country,
Yeah.
And believe it or not, people in Iraq, they're very educated, but I don't know why their country is like that, There are a lot of doctors, engineers in Iraq, but
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I love Persian food and I love Persian women. I think they're some of the most beautiful women in the world. Black hair, just like olive oil skin, just so sweet, and they sound so cute.
Yeah.
When I lived in LA, I dated, two or three beautiful Persian girls, and I would have stuck with one of them, but she was a little goofy, a little crazy. Oh my gosh.
I've been married to a Persian girl for 35 years now.
Wow. How many kids do you have?
I've got 2 daughters, both married, and I have 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm a big fan of Rumi, the poet.
Yeah, actually, I was just reading one long poem from him at the airport.
Yeah?
I read his books almost every day. Because they're like 25,000 verses.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's like, even if you read the whole book, the whole life, you still have, poems left to read. I mean, his book is thick. It's 2 of them. It's so big.
Yeah. I have like some kind of version where it's like the best selections, and I read that. I read it almost as like a hypnosis book. Because I get the feeling that it kind of brings like the Spirit of God, and it merges you with the divine. It's so weird how it's weird because words seem to do it, but the reality you can't do what the words and the hypnosis in the book can do. It's very almost like Einsteinian or like theory of relativity or something like that. It gives you a psychological shift. It brings you out of anger and brings you back into like the divinity of peace.
Rumi actually lived in 2 different dimensions, this world and afterlife, He lived in both realms at the same time. It was crazy. And the way he wrote his poem, he was circling, Isn't it funny? And in his biography, he said that I was watching children. You know how the children they turn like this?
Yeah.
He said I started doing that, and then I started hearing. This is what he says. Started hearing. He called it right ear. I don't know why he called it that, but he said I started hearing all these poems, and I started reading, saying it, and then it became Rumi. It's funny. Very strange phenomenon.
Is it kind of like the twirling dervishes?
Yes, exactly.
I've seen some incredible videos of the twirling dervishes. In many ways, it's like a cult.
Yes.
But it's a highly, or like the way they do their procession and everything, it's a meditation.
Meditation, exactly.
So they relax themselves,
Yes.
but then I guess in the spinning, you lose the nausea of
Yes.
the spinning, and then once you get past the nausea, you kind of go into a trance.
Yes. That's true.
I think the Hindus are
Hindus
very
are-
much into this
yeah,
as well.
You know, Tibet, they call it. The Hindus, they do the same type of, meditation, and they get some extraterrestrial powers,
Yeah, I guess there's other really well-known poets as well that are similar to Rumi, but like lesser,
Yes.
But people still, I guess Iran or Tehran, has always loved poetry.
Yes. There was during Ramadan, there was a 1 hour show that poets would come one at a time. They would read their, poetry that they have written like a week ago or a month ago, That's interesting.
It would be interesting. Have you ever used ChatGPT?
Yes.
If I've asked ChatGPT to like rewrite
Right.
famous philosophers, and you get basically summaries or almost like cliff notes. But if you could upload Rumi and ask ChatGPT to do these, say 10 different variables, and then produce Rumi with the ChatGPT, like that would create something unique, and you can use that content as, I guess, Rumi isn't copyrighted, but meaning that like you can do very interesting things with AI and Rumi. Or have you ever heard of Marcus Aurelius?
Yes.
He wrote a book called Meditations, and that book, it's all divinity. It's like it's all God, and so
There was a warrior, Marcus.
he's an emperor. I don't know if he didn't fight. I doubt he fought in any battles, but he commanded, I'm sure,
Yes.
battles. But
Yeah, they made movies about his life, I think.
yeah, I did see a very good movie about his life, like an older one from the 70s or 60s. That'd be cool if they made a movie called Rumi, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Have you ever seen The Prophet?
I did, yes.
It's like the only sanctioned movie by some kind of Islamic court or something that gave them the permission to create a movie about the Prophet. But you never see Muhammad in the movie.
No.
He's like a shadow man,
Yes.
which really, it's an awesome way to do a movie.
Yes.
It's like, it's like having two lovers never touching each other throughout the movie. So it's this tension or this mystery. Yeah, I would love to go to Iran, see what it's like.
It's an interesting country to visit. If you like beside the food, you have skiing, mountains, and beautiful mountains everywhere.
Do you speak French as well?
No, I don't. Some people do, but very few.
Yeah, I'm coming back from a work trip, and I'm pretty sure they want to fire me.
Why?
It's political. It's hyper political. I work for the Internal Revenue Service, so the territory manager is like a psychotic, and he's constantly trying to manipulate his hen house.